(31) CPS geometry. Square root lines. In a final analysis, the Cartesian plane connects the points of the Euclidean plane with pairs of numbers. By doing this, the Cartesian plane connects Euclidean geometry with arithmetic. In this process, a new branch of mathematics is created, known today as the analytical geometry. Next, we intend to do something somewhat similar. Namely, our goal is to connect all the CPS points, distributed according to the close packing of spheres arrangement, with numbers. To start this endeavor, we will consider the diameters of the infinitesimal spheres as being equal with 1. Subsequently, we will next use the terms spheres and points interchangeable. By sphere, we understand here infinitesimal spheres, distributed in CPS patterns. These are in fact the points of the CPS geometry. This is equivalent with the assumption: the shortest distance between two spheres is 1. Or, in other words, this is identical with the statement: the distance between two touching spheres is equal with 1. We have seen in a previous video how layers of spheres, when packed together around a central sphere, form cuboctahedron patterns. These patterns grow quite natural, around the central sphere. We have also shown how these cuboctahedron patterns can provide an efficient way of analyzing line patterns, emerging from a central sphere. To get a better view of these sets of lines, we will remove the spheres, which are not involved in defining a given line pattern. By doing this, we will be able to see the spheres defining each set of lines. Armed with this inside view, we are now able to associate each line with a number. Or, more precisely, we will associate each CPS line with the square root of a natural number. The distance between the central sphere and the first sphere, belonging to a line, defines each set of lines, and set them apart from all the other lines. All the other points, belonging to a line, are obtained by defining this distance as the unit of measurement for the line. The distance from the central point to any other point on that line can then be obtained by multiplying the unit of measurement with an integer number. It follows from here that all the distances, determining the points belonging to a line, are commensurable among themselves. Let's now look closer to the first few CPS lines, to get a better understanding of their properties. For consistency, we will refer each line by a square root number, even when this number is a perfect square number. For example, the first lines one can identify in the CPS arrangement are the lines corresponding to the square-free numbers. The square root of 1. The square root of 2. The square root of 3. The square root of 5. The square root of 6. The square root of 7. The square root of 10. The square root of 11. and the square root of 13. Once again, all these numbers are square-free numbers. A square-free number is a number whose prime decomposition does not contain repeated factors. The lines, corresponding to the square root of 4, are in fact identical with the lines corresponding to square root of 1. The distance between the central point and the second point on the square root of 1 line is equal with 2. The lines, corresponding to the square root of 8, are also identical with the lines, corresponding to square root of 2. The distance between the central point and the second point on the square root of 2 line is equal with 2 multiplied by the square root of 2, which is also equal with the square root of 8. Some of the lines, corresponding to the square root of 9, are identical with the lines corresponding to square root of 1. The distance between the central point and the third point on the square root of 1 line is equal with 3. There are also some lines, corresponding specifically to the square root of 9. For these lines, the distance from the central point to the first point on the line is equal with the square root of 9. We can state from here that the square root of 9 is associated with two set of lines. The square root of 1 lines, and the square root of 9 lines. The lines, corresponding to the square root of 12, are also identical with the lines, corresponding to the square root of 3. The distance between the central point and the second point on the square root of 3 line is equal with 2 multiplied by square root of 3, which is also equal with the square root of 12. It is time to draw a few conclusions from our investigation. 1. The distance between any 2 points in the CPS arrangement is equal with a square root of an integer. 2. Any line in CPS is determined by a square root number. This is the line's unit of measurement. 3. The distance between any 2 points belonging to the same line can be written as a product between an integer number and a line unit. 4. The lines, corresponding to the square root of a perfect square number, could belong to multiple lines. See for example the lines, corresponding to the square root of 9. Following these statements one might ask himself, can we associate a CPS line to any integer number? Or, in other words, can we find 2 points in the CPS arrangement, such that the distance between them is equal with the square root of any integer number? One might expect the answer to these questions to be a definitely yes. But let us not jump to conclusions just yet. We will investigate this in the next video.